Your card. Raghav's voice was calm but sharp with suspicion. Aisha's eyes widened as she saw the tarot card left beside the body, clearly meant to frame her. She exhaled sharply. I didn't do this. Raghav stood, eyes fixed on her. Then start talking. How did you know Neil? Aisha closed her eyes briefly, memories flooding back. Neil wasn't just a gambler, he was an information broker, thriving in secrets and shadows. 7 years ago, he was in the same circles as Ravi Maheshwari. He knew things. Back then, Aisha was just a tarot reader at the casino, but people confided in her, secrets whispered between decks and fate. Neil was always listening. She opened her eyes. He was a gambler, yes, but he also sold information, secrets of the powerful. Raghav's jaw tightened. Like what? Aisha hesitated. The casino was a playground for the rich and corrupt. Neil used secrets as currency, which made him a target. I think Neil knew something that got him killed. Raghav exhaled. And you believe this links to Ravi Maheshwari's murder? I don't know, but someone wants me to take the fall. A call interrupted them. Sir, you need to see this. They followed to the security room, screens flickering with grainy footage from the casino's entrance. There she was, walking confidently out of Black Mirage just before Neil's murder. Same height, same hair, a red dress. Aisha stared at the photo. The resemblance was chilling. But this woman, her walk, her posture, something was off. Who is she? Raghav's face was unreadable. That's what we need to find out. Aisha's hands trembled. Whoever she was, she had worn Aisha's face like a mask, kills Neil, and worse, she wanted Aisha to know it. The silence in the room was deafening as Aisha stared at the grainy footage. The image of the woman in the red dress burned into her mind. She could barely breathe. Who was this woman who looked so much like her, yet felt like a ghost from a nightmare she couldn't remember? Who the hell is she? Aisha's voice cracked. She didn't recognize her. The resemblance was uncanny, but that made it worse. It felt too personal. Raghav's gaze remained fixed on the screen, cold and calculating. That's what we are going to find out. Aisha clenched her fists, fighting to stay composed. The past was creeping back, threatening to choke her. What do you want me to do? She asked, voice trembling. Was she asking Raghav or herself? Stay with me, Aisha. I need you here, Raghav said softly, locking eyes with her. This isn't just about Neil anymore. It's bigger than that. Aisha nodded, knowing this moment was inevitable. Since Rena's call and the tarot warnings, she'd sensed the shadows closing in. Now, she had to face them. She looked at the footage again, searching for something, anything. But all she saw was the same woman, tall, confident, exuding controlled power. Can anyone help us find her? Aisha asked, desperate for answers. Raghav sighed heavily. I have some contacts, but if she's been hiding in plain sight, we are not going to find her easily. Do we have a name? Aisha pressed. Raghav's gaze hardened. Not yet. Her mind raced. This was bigger than Neil. The murder, the tarot, Rena's return, everything was tangled in a toxic web. And she was at the center. Memories of her time at Black Mirage flooded back. How she started as a tarot reader for gamblers who didn't believe in fate but craved answers. The deals, the lies, the lives she'd seen. But she never expected to be pulled back into this world once she thought she'd escaped, with a new identity, hoping the past would stay buried. But the truth never stays buried forever. It always rises again. The hours blurred into a hedge as police officers moved in and out, gathering evidence and analyzing the scene. When Raghav spoke again, Aisha snapped back to focus. We need to search the casino, he said firmly. Neil knew secrets, and someone inside might be hiding something. I may need your help to find secret doors or hidden rooms. Aisha nodded, her nerves hidden behind cold determination. The once vibrant casino now loomed like a ghost in the fog, its lights dim and unwelcoming. Inside, the familiar hum of machines and the scent of stale smoke flooded her senses, whispering memories of the past. Raghav led the way, his hand on his gun, eyes scanning every corner. Officers searched through drawers and papers, the place a wreck of broken dreams and lost fortunes. Neil's presence still lingered in the air, thick as smoke, even though his body was gone. Aisha moved to her old spot at the back of the casino, her fingers brushing the table, memories flooding her, reading cards, talking to desperate souls, each answer pulling them deeper into fate. A hand on her shoulder made her start. Raghav's low voice asked, Do you recognize anyone? She shook her head, everyone seeming different now, as if they had moved on without her. Then she spotted something, a photograph partially hidden under papers. She picked it up, her breath catching. It was an old, blurry picture of a group. In the center, Neil, young and carefree. Beside him, a woman with obscured face but something familiar, her hair, her posture. Her pulse quickened. The woman in the photo. She looked like the woman from the footage. This is her, Aisha whispered, barely believing it. This is the woman. Raghav studied the photo. Where did you find this? Aisha hesitated, her mind racing. Could she be the woman in the red dress? If so, who was she? What was she doing here? Raghav's eyes locked on hers. Do you know who she is? She shook her head. No, but she's connected to Neil. And if she's linked to him, she's involved in Ravi Maheshwari's murder too. Raghav clenched his jaw. We need to find out who she is, fast. Aisha felt the weight of the world pressing down. It wasn't just about finding her, it was about clearing her name and unmasking the shadow that haunted her. The more she uncovered, the tighter the walls seemed to close in. She was on the verge of a revelation, but she knew the truth might be more dangerous than she could handle, and she wasn't sure if she was ready to face it. The fog outside had not lifted. In fact, it seemed to cling to the city like a living, breathing thing, pulsing with the rhythm of secrets. Inside Aisha's apartment, the quiet was suffocating, as though the very air held its breath, waiting for something to happen.